I wish I could hand you the 10 Commandments of leadership. Unfortunately, there are more than 10 commandments, and Amazon doesn't sell tablets. Hey, what do you say? Give me a high five. Well, I'd like to, but there are more than 5. In fact, today I will share with Eli and you some of the most important basics that a leader must know. Eli's dad here, and as we say in Boston, let's get this party started. Eli the Great. Many leaders like to say, my door is always open. Remember, Eli, the door to your office swings both ways. Be a river, not a reservoir. Get out of your office and be the head cheerleader for the organization's vision. Change the question from, can I do this? To, how can I do this? We may be very busy and we may be very efficient, but we will also be truly effective only when we begin with the end in mind. There are 2 types of leaders, Eli. Those that produce and those that make excuses. Character cannot be summoned at the moment of crisis if it's been squandered by years of compromise and rationalization. When you get frustrated by the attitude of your workers, remember that they are influenced more by the 95%ers than they are by you, the 5%er. When I was coaching at the beginning of a basketball season, I always tried to have a Saturday practice. You know why? The team forgets over the weekend. When I skipped a Saturday practice, it seemed, on Monday, like the kids would look at the basketball and be uncertain whether to bounce it or peel it and eat it. The 95% influence, the cruising attitude, is very strong. That's why you must remember that repetition means retention. Now, the only attitude that counts is yours. Every leader is the victim of the 33% rule. 1 in 3 will suck the life out of you. 1 in 3 are happy and positive when things are going well. And the top third maintains a positive attitude even in tough times. Now, too often, leaders and their followers become satisfied after reaching a goal. Remember the differences between being goal conscious versus growth conscious. Goal consciousness focuses on a destination. Growth consciousness focuses on the journey. Goal consciousness motivates you and others. Growth consciousness matures you and others. Goal consciousness is seasonal. Growth consciousness is lifelong. Goal consciousness challenges you. Growth consciousness changes you. Goal consciousness stops when a goal is reached. Growth consciousness keeps you growing beyond the goal. Now, as a mentee, possess a teachable spirit. Always be prepared for the time you get with your mentor. Set the agenda by asking great questions. Demonstrate how you've learned from your time together, and be accountable for what you've learned. Now, if you want to be around growing people, become a growing person. You are who you attract. It's a key to find a motivational catalyst for yourself, your leaders-to-be, and your team. A Kenyan Olympic champion was asked, how can such a small country produce so many long-distance gold medal winners? His answer was, it's the road sign. Beware the lions. On the road to reaching your vision, there will be roadblocks. Some of these may seem insurmountable. Have faith. Faith is trusting in advance what will only make sense in reverse. Be prepared to change your paradigm and find a way to rewrite the so-called rules. Thomas Edison said, there ain't no rules around here. We're trying to accomplish something. Now, there is at least one point in the history of any company when you have to change dramatically to rise to the next performance level. Miss that moment and you start to decline. If someone's going down the wrong road, he doesn't need motivation to speed up. He needs to stop. Leaders who lack self-confidence use their intelligence to make things more complex. Self-confident people use it to make things simpler. Knowledge is power only when it is put into action. Intention without action is delusion. So walk your talk. Now, Eli, one rule that you want to constantly consult in your decision making is the 80-20 rule. You want to spend 80% of your time with the 20% that produce. That will maximize your results. When you're managing your goals, you want to drop it, delay it, delegate it, or do it. One tendency is to try and do everything yourself. Here's a rule. If you can delegate an assignment to someone that can do the job at least 80% as well as you can, then delegate it. Here's a quote from Tony Robbins. People all the time tell me, I'm skeptical, I'm a pessimist. And I think to myself, no, you're gutless. It takes no guts, it takes no courage to be a pessimist, to say it's not going to work. Let's try and find out what's wrong. What's wrong is always available. So is what's right. Now, the number one secret to success is to fail more often. Make failure your teacher, not your undertaker. There's safety in not trying. There's also no results. It takes courage to ask the prom queen for a date. You may get rejected. But what if she says yes? The feeling you get is indescribable. It makes all the no's that you get tolerable. When you watch football highlights, they don't show you all the times the running back ran into the line and got clobbered. What they show you is when he broke through to the end zone and did his ridiculous dance. Progress is measured in short gains and acquiring momentum, and then the big breakthrough to the end zone. Expect the best in everything, remaining upbeat even when you get beat up. See solutions in every problem, not problems in every solution. Believe in yourself even when others believe you failed. Hold on to hope even when others say it is hopeless. These are the words of Sir Kenneth Robinson. For leaders, integrity is particularly important. We need to trust that the direction they choose is in fact a direction that is good for all of us and not just good for them. This is the deal that we make with our leaders. We in the group will work hard to see their vision become a reality, and they will offer us protection along the way, which includes inspection of our results, honest assessments through feedback, and commentary. We need to feel that they actually care about us. The leaders of companies set the tone and direction for the people. Hypocrites, liars, and self-interested leaders create cultures filled with hypocrites, liars, and self-interested employees. The leaders of companies who tell the truth, in contrast, will create a culture of people who tell the truth. It's not rocket science. We follow the leader. Leadership is about taking responsibility for lives and not numbers. Managers look after our numbers and our results, and leaders look after us. That quote was once again from Sir Kenneth Robinson. You know, Eli, when people are teaching, most of the time they like to recall their successes and they omit their failures. Using one's failures as a teaching tool can be more effective than using just successes. Fortunately for you, I have a whole tool shed of failures to use as teaching tools. Next time we get together, I'll relate to you some of my failures and what I should have done to either avoid them or correct them. I know that you can't wait for that. Now please ring the bell and subscribe to ensure that you can hear about my failures. If you found this video worthy, please share it with your friends. If you didn't find it worthy, please share it with your enemies. Don't forget to review the description box too. Our thought for the day is from Steve Jobs. Innovation is what distinguishes leaders from followers. And as always, we never end our meeting on a philosophical note. So let's get out there and charge. I'm Eli's dad.